My name is Shiloh Bryant. So I work in medical IT with doctors, nurses, and radiologists. I'm also a personal trainer. I also have multiple online businesses. I'm in real estate, a couple rental properties, fix and flips, things of that nature, as well as trading and some other things. And for me, the reason I do all of those things is because I truly feel you have to have multiple sources of income nowadays if you truly want to be free. So I was on the right path of trying. I always wanted to do trading, but I tried to do YouTube University, tried a few other groups, and it just was not. I got burned, unfortunately, right? It did not work out well, right? So when I seen Ellev8, seen the people who are part of the community, I knew it was the right place for me. And basically the floodgates opened ever since I joined Ellev8, right? So for me, it was really refreshing to know you're in the right place. So it's actually, I mean, it's had its ups and downs. Just like everybody off the start, you're kind of like, or am I not sure about this? I've always felt I'm going to be a master trader one day. I've always felt that. I'm not a person that really quits and gives up on things, but I know it's a process, right? So I started Ellev8 in November, and I actually went to the event we have, boot camp, that was in Dubai. Right. And at that point, I had never done any Forex trading at all. Right. So it was really interesting to be in that room full of people who are way more knowledgeable than yourself and just feeling that energy and what was being taught. And it was just a life-changing opportunity. Right. So fast forward a little bit of time. After that event, I started trying to trade a little bit, but I wasn't really fully taking it seriously still. Right. And I went to one more boot camp. I went to another boot camp, and this was in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And that was actually in July of this year. And since July, it was interesting going from Dubai boot camp to going to that boot camp. When you get in the first one, it's like, I'm not really fully sure what's going on, but I'm starting to pick up tools. In that last event, I was like, majority of the things they're talking about, I know this information. So from that, it clicked and it gave me a whole nother level of confidence. Like, if I know majority of what they're telling me and my results aren't really quite matching it yet, what am I doing? My biggest day was $2,000. And which is funny because there were some ups and downs in there, right? Went up, went down. So actually at this point, I actually went to let me be a more disciplined approach. So after that last boot camp, I actually dialed it back and a reset because I can actually show you my results of what was happening in May and June. Matter of fact, I was 0.08 in May 23rd is what profit I had on my account. And then in June, I was negative by a little bit. I keep my risk very low. So I was at negative 1.44%. But after that last boot camp, I took 1 month and completely dialed in. And I said, let me come back to this account and give it my all. And I hit 22.38% in the month of September. And this month in October, I've only traded 3 days and I'm already at 4.87%. So I started this account. This is an account I started in the beginning. It was a smaller account. I started with $1,000, right? So I wanted to go towards more the discipline route of being consistently hitting percentages every single month, right? So for that month of September, that would have been equivalent around $230 something, right? And the power of that for me, that was actually for me more beneficial than the $2,000 a day. Because now I'm like, wait, if I can hit that this month, what if I can hit around that range every single month? What does that look like? Right. So even this month, right. So the reason to give a little bit more detail, because I come from, even with having rental properties, for example, most people consider great investments to be anywhere from 8 to 10% on their money per year. And to think 8 to 10% per year is what most people want. And I made 22% in a month. I was like, life will never be the same again. I was actually making more before, but it was up and down. Now for me, it's about consistency because I made the account smaller. So right now I'm starting, hey, I'm just trying to make $25 a day, right? Which would give me $500 a month. Then I'm gonna scale that to $50 a day, then $100 a day. That is kind of my goal at this point. More of a discipline thing for myself to not worry about the dollar amount because that's going to come. If I can keep getting that same percentage, that dollar amount gets really, really big really quickly. So that's the approach I'm taking at this point.